pull on the handle, this is how it actually works. It has this pneumatic system, and then when I don't need the screen, just push down on here, and you can see there's reality right there behind me. Hello and welcome to another Nihongo Gamer video. As you can see, I'm chilling out here in Midgar. Of course, I'm not actually living in the world of Final Fantasy VII. I'm using what you already know as from the studio setup tour video that I did. You know that I'm using a green screen, and so if I actually pull this back, you can see that there is actually a background behind me, and I have just laid it out. This is a free background that was provided by Square Enix on their official page because everyone is working from home and they're always doing their business calls on those remote video softwares like Zoom or, I don't know, FaceTime. But of course, this is one of the wonderful things that you can do with a green screen. Now, in many cases with live streaming or with video making, actually a green screen looks kind of lame. If you don't do it perfectly, it doesn't look like the background is actually there. Like you can see right now, I am clearly not actually in this church. But when I'm streaming, I use an overlay and I have the video game behind me. And it's much easier to get rid of the surrounding stuff around my head so that I can have more space for gameplay elements, for people's names when they subscribe or when they follow or when they donate, and I like to use the space as efficiently as possible. But like I say, it doesn't always look that authentic, so there will be times when you want to switch off the green screen so that you can actually just record videos as normal using your normal background. This is what my studio actually looks like right now. This is the room, and you've seen it from the studio tour from different angles, but this is in fact this green screen that I'm using right now, and I can actually just take this apart. And the reason I'm going to be taking the green screen apart today is because, as you can see right behind me, I have the product that we're about to unbox. Let's go ahead and take my headphones off, and let's have a look at today's product that we're going to be unboxing. I decided not to buy this 2 years ago because in fact I wanted this curtain, especially because it can be spread out really nice and wide for the VR videos that I was recording. But now that I'm doing more streaming, and I like to have this actual natural background for normal videos, when I'm streaming though, I want to be able to switch on the green screen nice and quickly without having to set this up. You did a great job for 2 years, but it's time to say goodbye to this and to say hello, and to say hello to this. Now, it's not really a new product. This has been on sale for a long time, But like I say, I needed the curtain to get much more coverage while I was doing VR videos. This is a green screen that I can set up without having to set up all of these poles. As you can see, it's just called the Elgato green screen. Let's get it out the box. So just open this out. I'm gonna wash my hands afterwards as well, because this has just been delivered, so I don't actually know how many viruses are attached to it still. So this is the Elgato green screen, and as I understand it, I'll be able to set this on the floor, pull it up when I want to use it, and then just put it back down when I'm not using it anymore. All right. Let's just get rid of the old green screen so we can set up the new one. Now, this is definitely a convenience product. This is not something that you really need to buy if you're streaming. Like I said, the green screen that I've used, like this literally cost me maybe $30, and these stands cost maybe $10 each. It's a much more budget-conscious, economical way to get a green screen, but I've used it for 2 years, and now it's time to, I don't think the word is upgrade, it's time to make my life a little more convenient. It's actually got a little carrying handle so that when you go to gigs and stuff, if you're using this on site for maybe live streams and tournaments and all that, you can actually just pick it up with a nice convenient handle. On the front, it's got little buckles so you can unlock it and use it, and it's got feet. This is how it's going to prevent itself from falling over. So in fact, it's about the same length as the full width of this beam that I was using before. Okay, this is the exciting part. Oh, there it is. So it says you just pull up on here to raise it up. I guess this is all you have to do. Here we go. Now to be careful not to tear it, because once it's torn, there's not a lot I can do to fix it. And it's done. I didn't even need to lock it in place or anything. It just locks automatically. Now let's just see if it's actually works. Click on here. There we go. All right, so the color is a little bit different, so I need to adjust a few things. So you can already see just from this new screen that there are no folds in it. If you don't happen to live in a house with a nice even lighting, then you end up with lots of folds. And actually, to an extent, you can get away with not really ironing out the folds and the screen will still work just fine. But if you go for this green screen, which is a flat piece of canvas fabric that they give you, obviously there are no folds in it, so you don't need to worry about having as perfectly even lighting. It just so happens that my room, the lighting is fairly even, so I never really had a problem with it before. Again, I'm just getting this for the convenience of being able to get rid of it nice and quickly. So if we click chroma key on, let's adjust. Oh, it's perfectly, it's already done itself perfectly. Normally you have to play around with the setting here to make sure that the green is perfectly adjusted. The other thing is if you have the green screen a little bit too close to you, you can see the reflection of the green. The light is bouncing off the screen and onto my head. So I'll play with that in the future, but also you can see there's a little bit of a gap right here, and that's because it's not at the right angle for me. So just very carefully inch this direction. Perfect! So now we have perfect green screen action. So this is how I intend to use this screen. I'll be live streaming. I usually stream at 8 AM Japan time, so it's like in the morning, I'll do the stream, and then in the afternoon, I need to either go to work or I need to record videos, right? So I'll finish the stream, and then it's like, okay, I want my actual background, not Midgar from Final Fantasy VII. So I can actually just get up, go over here, and I can pull this down. I guess I just pull. All right, you just push it. I thought maybe you had to lock it in place or something, but it's just very, very stable. So yeah, you don't need to pull up on it to unlock it. You just push it down like so, and it's nice and smooth. Oh, that's gorgeous. Brilliant. And then when I want to use it again, pull it back up, and it locks itself in place. Parfait. Just so you can see how the effect changes when you don't have the screen, I'll use this screen as well with FF7 Midgar in the background, but then when I don't need the screen, just push down on here, and you can see there's reality right there behind me. So I'll just extend this crop like so, and there you have it. Easy peasy. When I want to go from live stream in a matter of, I don't know, 2 or 3 seconds, I've gone from live streaming mode or green screen mode, whatever, it depends on what game I'm recording. But then when I want to do these simple talk videos, when I'm just looking at the camera, chatting about things that have been happening in the video game world, news and all that sort of thing, just when talking about updates and all that, it's nice to be able to use my actual room background. And then when I want to stream again, just pull up on this, and hello Midgar! Welcome back to Final Fantasy VII. Now just because I think you might be curious to see what it looks like on the opposite side of here, I'll just flip this around. It's $200, so I thought it was a little bit overpriced when I was first buying these things, but the amount of convenience that you get out of it, if you are doing YouTube videos or streaming quite seriously, I think it will probably eventually just pay for itself. And one of the big things I always say with YouTube videos is you want to reduce the number of obstructions to starting the video. So if booting up your computer takes a long time, that's an obstruction. If plugging in the microphone takes a long time, that's an obstruction. If taking apart and reconstructing your green screen is going to take time, that's an obstruction. When you first start out, you have time for all these obstructions, but as you go on, you end up being able to make more videos, do more streams, if you have fewer obstructions in the way of doing so. And let's flip it around without breaking anything. Oh, sorry, pull on the handle. This is how it actually works. It has this quite clever pneumatic system. It's not falling down or anything. And to bring it back down, you literally just push on it like this, nice and gently, to bring it back. That is really, I'm actually really impressed. So just in case you were curious to know how the live stream usually works, this is the setup I use. I have my overlay, I have the game up there, I have a screen here which usually shows my arcade stick because I like to show off all the different hardware and gear that I'm using. But when the stream is done, I'll head over to the normal screen and I will just pull this down like so. Goodbye, Midgar. See you in another 20 years. So just before I finish this video, I want to quickly discuss whether you should be buying a product like this. Now again, just for comparison's sake, the curtain that I was originally using and have explained in, ow, stuck to the headphones. The curtain that I used to use in previous videos cost something like $20 or $30. And the benefit of having a curtain like this is you can string 3 or 4 of them together. It would be a little bit more difficult to string these together because of the gap that would be in between them. But when you've got a curtain, you can make this any shape you like. And when I was doing Beat Saber videos, it was easy to have this wrap around in like a circle so that this whole area was like this, covered by the green screen. I could really immerse myself in virtual reality for making videos and things. And that only costs $30. And these stands, I'm pretty sure they only cost $5 or $10 each. So super nice and cheap, but it does prevent you from jumping straight into making more videos, making more podcasts, making more live streams, whatever it is you're making. It was one extra obstruction. And because I was dealing with it every single day, I figured, hey, I've used this screen on this curtain for 2 years now. I think it's fine and justified to jump into something which, even though it does cost $200, I think it will be beneficial in the long run. But I did spend 2 years with it and it was fine. It didn't really prevent me from making videos or anything. It just was an extra hindrance in my mind. I was like, oh, I've got to take down the green screen, I've got to set it back up again, or maybe I just won't use a setup that needs a green screen, stuff like that. So if you are just getting started, I would say that you really don't need this screen. It's $200. I don't think it's overpriced, but I think it is an expensive product that most people don't need. That being said, it is easy to justify if you've been making videos and live streams for some time. But that depends on you. How much extra cash do you have to be throwing about? I especially think that in this current situation with a virus pandemic going on, it's unwise to be spending cash that you don't have. If you still have like 1 or 2 followers on Twitch, or maybe 3 or 4 subscribers on YouTube, I think it would be unwise to spend $200 on a green screen like this. I think for $200, instead of buying a $200 green screen, you could spend $50 on that green screen curtain and these 2 cheap tripods, and then you could spend the rest of your cash buying something nice like, I don't know, a microphone. This costs $100, and then you've still got $50 to spare, which you could spend on, I don't know, a nice set of headphones, which I've tangled around my chair over here. So here's my concluding advice. Don't spend $200 on a folding green screen, because this is a convenience product. You can get the exact same results from something else. But if you have reached a level of profitability where you think that being able to switch back and forth quickly means fewer obstructions to making videos, making live streams, and maybe also just depending on whether you've got family living with you as well, maybe it's just more convenient to not have a giant green curtain in the middle of the living room. There's lots of reasons that you may be able to justify for yourself, but if you are just starting out and your channel's still not that profitable, you might be better off spending $200 or spending $50 on a normal green screen and spending the other $150 on something like a nice microphone, or maybe, I don't know, get yourself a Nintendo Switch Lite, review it, make a video about it, spend that money on things that will actually draw more people to the channel, because having a convenience product like this thing here on the ground is really cool for you, but it makes no difference at all to your viewers. Anyway, that's all for now. Don't forget to comment, subscribe, share the links, and all that great stuff. And I will see you in the next Nihongo Gamer video and or stream. And don't forget to join us on Discord as well, if you'd like to chat about gear, like this one, like this piece of gear right here. Or if you'd like to know about when live streams are beginning, we have notifications on Discord and on Twitter. And also you can just find people who are not Nihongo Gamer. You can chill out with other people who have the same interests like art, Japan, gear, fighting games, arcade sticks, stuff like that. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. See you next time.